Shalom. First and foremost, all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Ha, Rakah, Kodash, Ma'amah. Double honors to the apostles, Great Millstone, and the elders. And double honors to my elder as well, Aharawan Ben Yasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp. And salutations to the fellow Akim, Awafim, and children that believe in truth and sincerity. It's your brother, I thank y'all back to another lesson. And Yahweh Ratazah is edifying. And basically, I just want to go into a couple of scriptures I got lined up on basically how Esau is the son of perdition, man. You know, he was set up to fail, man. You know, ultimately, his destruction is the end all be all, man. You know, to usher in the kingdom, man. The kingdom of our Lord Yahweh Shai, and the kingdom of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. The Israelites, the true children of the Lord, man. You know, being the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. And those of the speckled bird who may look like other nations, but bear the spirit as such, all right? You know, and just one of the first scriptures I want to bring out is in Genesis chapter 4, you know, and the reason to why you will hear a lot of some brothers refer to how basically Esau is spiritually a Cain, you know, because he came out cursed due to the acts of his forefather Cain, you know, spiritually. All right. And if you have eyes to see it, you know, you'll see it. All right. And this is back in Genesis chapter 4 and verse 5. But unto Cain and to his offering, he had no respect. All right. And it's speaking of Yahweh. All right. When it came to Cain and Abel. All right. And their sacrifices, man. The Lord accepted Abel's sacrifice. All right. As he was crying in the Shemayims, man, in the spiritual realm. All right, you know, pleading to the Lord that the Lord put judgment on Cain, as he was, you know, still in the flesh, so to speak. You know, still what you would call quote unquote living. You know, which just because you're walking and out and going to and fro, doing as you please in the flesh, don't mean that you're living. All right, you know, living is when you have the breath, man. You know, the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. You know, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. You know, the spirit of truth. All right. So Abel, his sacrifice was accepted by Yahweh, but Cain's sacrifice was not accepted, man. And this is Genesis 4 and 5, and I read it again. But unto Cain and to his offering he had no respect, and Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. And the Lord said unto Cain, why art thou wroth? And why is thy countenance fallen? If thou doest well, shall thou not be accepted? Right. If thou doest well, shall thou not be accepted? Right. And that's why that equates to what? Psalms 50 and 16. How this devil can't please the Lord. You know, it's not in him to please the Lord. You know, for one, he wasn't given a law. And for two, he's a brute beast. You know, he wasn't given a law to abide by. All right. And for two, he wasn't given the wisdom and knowledge, you know, the understanding to even keep the laws of the Lord, you know. And this is Psalms chapter 50 and verse 16. But unto the wicked, Yahweh saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in my mouth, seeing thou hatest instruction, and castest my words behind thee. Right. And he was doing that since the beginning, man. Since the time of Cain and Abel. All right. You know, it's nothing. This devil is not upright, man. That's why it states that in Hebrews 12 and 16, man. He's a fornicator. You know, the spirit in him is not upright, man. You know, he's the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan. All right. And ultimately, the Lord has set him up to fail, man. He's the son of perdition, man. You know, he's going into destruction. All right. You know, and you know, in the times of Yahweh Shai, the son of perdition was Judas. All right, Judas is Iscariot. But in these times, all right, as a whole, all right, to fulfill prophecy, all right, ultimately to complete this book, you know, Esau is the son of perdition, man. He's going down, man. All right, Obadiah 1 and 18, man. He's gonna eventually get eradicated at the latter end. And it's back in Genesis chapter 4 and verse 7. If thou doest well, shall thou not be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door. Right. Hell and death has been a Salakia. Let me don't even butcher it. And this is Isaiah 14:9. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. Right. And all the chief ones of the earth is getting ready to come up against this so-called spearhead, man. This hammer that's broken, man, is weak. All right, because it's being exposed for what it really is, man, a facade, a whore. All right, and this whore has gotten old and burnt out. All right, and it's expendable, man. It's the elites, all right, of Edom, all right, of Esau, Teman, all right, and the wicked hierarchy of the so-called Caucasian race, right? They're getting ready to do away with this whore. All right, it's not needed. They're going into their NWO. All right, their fourth industrial revolution, man. All right, their great reset. But I was in Genesis chapter 4 and 7, I believe. All right, where it says sin lieth at the door, man. Right, and that's why we brought out Isaiah 14:9, man. Hell is moved, man. It's go meet thee at thy coming, man, because that's ultimately what this devil desires, man. Because that's all his works has been put towards. All right, a low condition for him to get wiped out and put out of the way. And in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 7, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. Right? You know, and that's why we're hastening the day of the Lord, man. Because, he's the only one allowing this devil to continue to put forth this madness throughout the four corners of the earth, man. To put this oppression upon his people, man. Because it's a chastening for the Lord's people. And it's to show that the Lord, it's ultimately to show the world, all right, and man, the living, that the world exists, that the Lord, Salakia, exists, man. That he is, all right. And this Daniel 4:17, that being said, you know, that to the intent that the living may know, as the scriptures say. And this Daniel 4:17, this matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and give it to whomsoever he will, and set up over it the bases of men. Right, man. So the Lord do as he please, and he set up over this kingdom ultimately the bottom feeders, man, the bases of men. You know, according to Job chapter 30, all right, Esau, Edom, all right, is the basis of men. All right, the so-called Caucasian race is the bottom feeders, man. They're low upon the earth, man. Just as the serpent, all right, a damn prideful animal, man. All it can do is lift up the head, you know. But all it does is lie on his stomach and maneuver through the dust, you know, confusion, you know. But back in Genesis chapter 4 and 7, and unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. And Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Abel his brother and slew him. Right, as we're stating, you know. And the Lord said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not, and my brother's keeper. You know, so not only he gave up a vain sacrifice, all right, he's a liar, man. He's the forger of lies, you know. And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground, as the hopeful elect cry today. You know, and all those cries are being bottled up, man, from then all the way up to now, man, which is going to equate to the judgment of Esau, man, which is going to be great. All right, that fervent nuclear heat, fire, the ultimate cleansing agent, man. You got a cleansing agent of water, And at this time, as the Lord promised Noah, he'll never flood the earth again. All right, he's gonna do it with fire, man. You know, that next cleansing agent, man. You know, it's gonna melt everything here, man. All the elements, man. You know, and just as he did Abel, his brother Abel, man, he's been cursed. You know, that's why he's been set up to fail and be the son of perdition. All right, and that's why Esau ultimately came out red. You know, a curse without pigmentation, man. You know, and this is Genesis 4:11. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which have opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand? When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth, man. He's a fugitive and a vagabond, man. You know, out here to do do as thou wilt, man. Without no law, without nothing to govern himself and his spirit. All right, he's a brute beast, man. Why? Because he has not been kissed by Yahweh Shai, man. He hasn't been kissed by the Son, you know. He's not blessed, man. You know, ultimately his blessings, his gifts is going to be destruction, man. Perdition. Jump to the point. This verse 13. And Cain said unto the Lord, and this Genesis 4:13. And Cain said unto the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid. Right. He's going to be hid from the Lord's face, man. You know. And I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass that every one that findeth me shall slay me. You know. And that's what made him a fugitive and a vagabond, man. You know, but guess what? That bottom feeder, as we stated earlier, Job 30, that states in Job 30:8, all right? They're the basis of men, all right? They're been given a kingdom to rule over the princes, man. You know, the true heirs of the kingdom, man. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And that's why we teach and cry aloud to our people, man. Whether you hear or forbear to return, man, repent and come back into your true nationality, man. Your true identity, man. You know, it's not a religion, all right? This is your history, man. You know, this is your ancestry, man, so to speak, all right? To get some understanding of where you've been, all right, where you're going, all right, and where you can go, all right? Ultimately, the kingdom, if you're hopeful and of the hope for the elect and putting forth those righteous works, those righteous and spiritual sacrifices, but if you continue to be fleshly and be of this world and be of Esau, all right, you're going to reap what you sow, you know, because Esau is going down, man. This Romans 9:11. For the children, being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, according to election, might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the young. As is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated, man. So Lord hates the son of perdition, man, being Esau Edom, man, the so-called Caucasian race, you know. And the philosophy and the wine, right? The confusion that's been put out throughout the four corners of the earth is that the Lord don't hate, you know. But right here in the scriptures, it clearly says it, and it says as it is written. Because what? Where is it written before? In the book of Malachi, in the Old Testament, man. You know. And this is the book of Malachi, chapter 1 and verse 1. The burden of the word of the Lord to Israel, right? Because the Lord only speaks to his people, man, to Israel, you know. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, you know, and those are the speckled bird. I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Because that's what our people say, because they see the conditions and the position that they're in this present world, in this present society, man. Well, this world is made for many, man. The world to come is made for few. You know, that's the test. That's the trial. You know, that this was all set up in a facade, man. This is all the illusion, man. As you can, hey, the Masons say it, man. That's the saying that they say in masonry, man. Has it illusion? It has, man. Because this place is a total illusion, man. It's a facade. It's fake. It's not real, man. It's ultimately, it's going to come to an end. It's going to be wiped away, man. Everything in it. You know, not only the world itself is an illusion, but it's money, man. You know, Esau's money, his currency, all right? You know, his way of life, his philosophy, all of it is failing him, man. You know? That being said, let me jump around. I'm going to go to the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, and I'll start at verse 5. Yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man. And he got all this pride, and he's been dealing, and he's been building a house which is not his, man. You know? He's still full of pride, man. Everything he got, the Lord gave it to him. He make no mention of the Lord, you know. Everything he got, these other nations, all right. But, hey, mainly the nation of Israel, all right. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. This devil won't have a pot to piss in if it wasn't for your captivity, if it wasn't for your oppression, your slavery, man. You know. And that's what the Lord tried to show you for putting you up under this damn devil, man. But, hey, 2/3 of our people love being up under this devil, man. You know, they love it. They love the oppression. This Habakkuk 2 and 5. Yet also because he transgresseth by wine, right, his philosophy, his way of life. He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell. Right. He enlarges his desire as hell, man. That low condition is coming back up again. All right. And that's why it's going to meet him at his coming. You know, it's ultimately what he desires. And is as death. He's as death. And cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Right. And that's why America is labeled what? The big melting pot. You know, just like the spirit of Babylon, just like the spirit of Rome. You know, through his deception, right? His wine, his philosophies, right? Their money, which is just as well as their money, man. Which is fraudulent, man. Fraud and lies, and that's deception. You know, the damn token. Hey, all these nations waking up, man. Like, hey, everything you got don't even belong to you, man. You got China. Everything here in America is made in damn China, man. Made in China. Made in China. Then it'll say every here and there say made in Taiwan, you know, which is under the wraps of China, you know. The you know it's this devil is he's going down, man, and this is the evidence that has built up against him from then until now, man, which makes him the son of perdition, man. You know, he's going into destruction because that's what that's his lot. You know, and could not be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heap unto him all people. Verse 6, shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. Right, and woe represents what? Destruction. And he increaseth which is not his, man. You know, the apostle did a video today, a beautiful lesson on the kept back by fraud, you know, Salaki, because ultimately that's what we stand up boldly against those who they made no account of our labors, man, you know, and we sit here in this damn rat race, being the last one hired and the first one fired, you know, trying to make ends meet, living check to check. All right. But hey, guess what, man? The Lord is putting the end to this place, man. The end of this madness, man, by bringing the downfall of this system, man. Esau's dollar, man, his fake fiat currency. All right. His monopoly money. All right. And this horse getting ready to be done away with, man, as he's putting in the hearts of the elites to cast off this whore, man. He's done away with it, you know. So back in Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 6, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? Right? How long? How long this madness got to continue on? How long? And to him that latheth himself with thick clay. Right? And we know that word clay go into depth, man. And ultimately, when this place completely, because it's ultimately already crashed already, man. But when it completely, when it's evident, when the people are in the uproar in the streets of America, right in the neck of this place, where we're in the neck of our enemies, right, in this land, right, America, Babylon, when people are in the uproars on the streets, all right, you already got in New York a lot of city workers basically quitting, man, because of the mandates. All right, and that's ultimately going to transpire throughout all of America, man, which is going to cause an uproar. All right, you know, you're going to have 2nd Ezra chapter 15, man, and chapter 16, man. You know, a fulfillment of prophecy, man. You know, the peak of Jacob's trouble, where you have and we go get it. We go get it, man. Let's get it. The 2nd Ezra chapter 15, man. You know. And I start at verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands, man. And that's where you got your civil wars. And it's not just going to be the simplified civil war of black versus white, all right? Esau versus Jacob, all right? Which you're going to have that too, all right? But you're going to have all type of philosophies out there, man. As Babylon is the place of confusion, man. You got the rainbow. Well, let me not refer to that, but you got the alphabet people, the L to the Q, right? You got those people out there, you know, that are going to be in the uproar, and you got those people who are contrary to that, going to be in the uproar. You got those who are pro Second Amendment, and those who are not pro Second Amendment are going to be up in the uproar. You got all these philosophies and wayward, the wine, man, all these philosophies in Babylon and America, that is going to be nothing but chaos and hell breaking loose out here in the streets of America, man. You know, all because of this devil pride, man. The cities are going to be troubled, the scriptures say, man. You know, and as you can see, these nations waking up to see how weak this damn whore is, man. You know, and how if it wasn't for them as well, man, this nation won't have anything, man. So, you're ultimately through Esau, Edom, all right? You know, this place is a third world country at this point, man. You know, and it's getting to a point where it's going to be 1929, man, the Great Depression all over again, man. You know, and if you Jakes, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who don't hearken to this word, man, you don't have shit in this society. If we have to go back to a barter and trade system, you won't have shit to trade, man. You know, you'll be shit out of luck, man. You know, and it's going to catch you off guard, man. You're going to be dismayed. Why? Because you're running this rat race, man. You caught up in the wine, man, in the dust, in the confusion. So America is a third world country, man. You know, they're dependable when it comes to things, man. You know, they're dependable when it comes to financially. They're dependable to the central banking families, man, teaming. You know, the elites. You know, when it comes to their technology, all right, as they think they're so at the top of the technology race, all right, they're starting to draw behind when it comes to that as well, man. As the brother Kanak had just did a great lesson on how China is they just created 300 more silos, man, to shoot off those missiles, those ICBMs, man. You know, Russia is still operating with aircrafts from World War II, man, from the beginning of the Cold War, you know. So a Russia can function if their grid get wiped out, man. They have a type of EMP. America will have struggles on doing so. They won't be able to function, man. You know, and as the scriptures say, nothing new under the sun, man. History repeats itself, man. So you might have to go back to that, man. But due to this double pride, you know, he's so in his way of his technology and to making things new, all right, and going to new ages, right? that he forgets, man. You know. This is Jeremiah chapter 9 and verse 23. Salaki. And it reads, "Thus saith the Lord, not the wise man glory in his wisdom, neither let the mighty man glory in his might. Let not the rich man glory in his riches," man. And that's ultimately what Esau, Edom, has done. And that pride of thine heart has deceived thee, man, as it's stated in Obadiah, man. You know. So, hey, as your pimp is stripping this whore bare, man, you know, making her naked. All right, this bottom bitch, hey, she old and all dried up, man, and it's coming to naught. All right, and hey, this nation is weak, and the Lord is exposing this damn whore for what it is, man. All right, till it can't hide itself, man, and its destruction is ultimately Esau, Edom destruction is ultimately to fulfill the Lord's will, man. You know, I'm gonna end off with a couple more scriptures, and that'll be it. And it's the book of St. John. It's the book of St. John, chapter 17. And I'll start at verse 12. "While I was with them in the world, I kept them in thy name. Those that thou gavest me, I have kept." Right? So those who worship Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai in spirit and in truth, they go know the name of the Lord, man. You know? That's the secret place of the Most High. You know? And that's what makes the Lord, Yahweh Shai, that what makes him with us in this world, man. That what makes us a one body, man. You know? The knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, man. And ultimately, that name, man. You know? It's like a password, man. You know, what is his name? What is his son's name? If thy can tell. You know, as the scriptures say. Those, and this is back in St. John chapter 17 and verse 12. "Those that thou gavest me, I have kept, and none of them is lost." Right, man. You know, that particular arraignment. You know, that world in the oikumene sense, not the world in the Salakia, the world in the cosmos. You know, meaning that particular arraignment, not the world in the oikumene sense, meaning the whole earth. You know, Salakia. You know, so the world is keeping us in that particular arraignment. You know, so that we're not lost, but those who fall back into perdition. All right, and those who don't want to hearken to the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, or want to hearken and hear this cry, all right, hear the warning, all right, the Lord ain't dealing with them, man. They lost. "Those that thou gavest me, I have kept, and none of them is lost, but the son of perdition, that the scripture might be fulfilled." Right, you know, but the son of perdition, so that the scripture be fulfilled, man. You know, let the multitude of them perish in vain, that were born in vain, man. That's what the scriptures say. You know? One second, let me look for 1 second, but Bakusha, bear with me. But it's back in the book of St. John, chapter 17 and verse 13. "And now come I to thee, and these things I speak in the world, that they might have my joy fulfilled in themselves." Right. That would give us hope. That's why we cry on a cry, Abba Father, man. You know, and ultimately our cries enter into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth, meaning the Lord of armies, troops. And soon, once all the elect cry and be marked, all right, and sealed, all right, according to Ezekiel chapter 9 and 4 and Revelation 7, all hell is going to break loose. All right. And that's what we're coming up upon. That's the times that we're in. All right. Verse 14, back in St. John 17 and 14, "I have given them thy word, and the world have hated them, because they are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. I pray not that thou shouldest take them out of the world, but that thou shouldest keep them from the evil. Right. So we got to be here in the midst of this crooked and perverse nation, man. Ultimately, to read them their rights. All right. Hey, to provoke them to jealousy. All right. Ultimately, 2/3 of our people. All right. To provoke them to jealousy, man, and the heathen. To show them that, hey, who the true children of the Lord is, man. You know, to get that testimony. All right. And then once the prophecy is fulfilled and come to pass, man, then they go, no, you know, it's going to be the biggest I told you so to speak, you know. It's back in St. John 17:16. So, hey, we're in the world, but hey, we got that hedge around us, man. Yahweh Ratazam, a part of that number, man. And those, hey, listening and learning, man, and sincerely preaching this truth, man. You know, we got that hedge around us. So even though we're in the world, all right, we're not in the world, man. You know, as the scriptures say, man, use the world and not abuse the world, man. You know, we're here to do a job, man. You know. And that's to be representations of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, you know, with the hopes of being saved, man, and cleansed, man, you know, so we can be perfect in his eyes and do it in a complete correct way, man, you know. But hey, us doing this here in the midst of this perverse and crooked nation is what makes us a perfect, man. That's that's the fight, man. You know, that's what's grooming us until the latter end, man, until that day, all right, until we are fine gold. All right. This is back in St. John chapter 17 and verse 16. They are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. Sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth. As thou hast sent me into the world, even so have I also sent them into the world. And for their sakes I sanctify myself, that they also might be sanctified through the truth. Right, man. Just, hey, no servant is greater than his master. You know, neither pray I for these alone, but for them also which shall believe on me through their word. Right. Not only them who do the work, but those who may add on to the word, man. Those who believe, man, because everybody's not called to teach. But you got those who go be believers, man. And you got those 11th hour Israelites that's going to come into the fold due to the works in the works, man. You know, the works in the spiritual gifts that they're going to see in those prophets, man, in those men that the Lord has set up. All right. The Lord say he don't pray for the men who do the work alone, but for those who listen to him, man. You know, those who believe in the words that they're saying, man, because ultimately you believe the words that they're saying, you believe the ones who sent them, you know, which is Yahweh Shai, man. The one who sent him, which is Yahweh, man. You know. So as the scriptures say, well, that's Matthew chapter 10. It's Matthew chapter 10 and verse